Starting January the 16th, the Verismo Opera Company presents an opera concerning the beloved Joan of Arc. It will be presented with English supertitles. Here is Bogdan Mynka and his fellow performers to share the news and some music.
Okay. Well, here is a gentleman who wears many hats. Artistic director, producer, oh my goodness, and many more. Verismo Opera Company in residency at the Marigny Opera House. Thank you, Dave Hurlburt. We love that guy. And we're so glad that you all could be here. And how appropriate that one of New Orleans' most beloved saints is Joan of Arc, Orleans, you know, the Maid of Orleans. Tell us how this all came about.
So we had a wonderful residency in the summer in August where we did a reinterpretation of Macbeth, and then we said, hey, let's do another one. And we were thinking about what to do around this time of year, and it kind of just came to be, oh my gosh, this Tchaikovsky opera of Joan of Arc. I am born and raised in Kharkiv, Ukraine, and I grew up speaking Russian, so it's very exciting for me to finally put on something in this original native tongue. And so the cast for the show is incredible, and we've done a lot of work specifically on the language. We're presenting it in Russian. We're going to have an 11-piece orchestra, mostly with players from the LPO. We are at this historical Marigny Opera House venue. We have original costumes designed by our very own MagdaleneParis, who's an incredible fashion designer here in New Orleans. We have an original set design by Catalia Ford, and it is a reduced opera from the original 2.5+ hours. Ours runs about 90 minutes with an intermission in there. So you have time before and after to go grab a drink with your friends and talk about how incredible the show was.
Sadly, I think that some musical pieces, classical music pieces, have that perception of, oh, it's so long. But you've thought about that.
Yes, exactly. It won't take your entire evening, just a good portion of it, enough.
Okay. And we're looking at the 16th through the 18th, so
right.
Not this weekend, but next. Okay. Would you please introduce our stars?
Yes, today I have with me playing the title role, our leading lady, Claire Shackleton. Claire Shackleton is an incredible singer and an even more incredible actor. You have to see her come play this role. It's a very difficult role. It was composed for mezzo-soprano with a very high soprano range as well. So it's a very challenging role, and Claire is doing an incredible job. Here I have Nathaniel Richard, who is playing the role of Dunois. He's kind of the first knight of the king. And at the piano today, we're going to have Callaway Cieslak, who's also the musical director, and he'll also be conducting our orchestra for the production. So also a man of many hats.
Well, if you will, set up what we're about to hear.
So first you're going to hear a duet between the king and Dunois. And Charles VII.
And you were playing the king?
I'm playing the king.
We
yes.
should mention that.
Yes.
That's very important.
Historically, the king wasn't all that super interested in being the functional king. And so here Dunois is telling him, please, I beg you, you have to go lead the troops. They're waiting for a leader. We have nobody. We're losing the battles. We have no resources. And the king is kind of in love with his lover, Agnes. And so Dunois is really trying to persuade him, you must do this. You must fight for your people. You must shed blood for your people. And then after that, you will be hearing Claire Shackleton sing Joan's main aria, Yes, the Hour Has Come. It's when she has decided, and the angels have told her, that she must go and lift the siege from Orleans, and she must go and put the Dauphin on his rightful throne. And to me, one of the most inspiring things about the story of Joan of Arc, that a teenager of 16 years felt so strongly. She knew what she had to do, and she was up there with these generals and kings with this incredible confidence and courage, and it was so inspiring the way she just got up and she became the leader that France needed, that the king wasn't ready to be at the time, and brought France to victory.
Well, it's time to hear those excerpts from the Maid of Orleans.
За славу жен прекрасных я в бой пойду, забыв высокий сан. Стражи врага и о тебе ужасный освобожусь
Wow. Oh my. Kayla, you sing. Impressive, huh?
I mean, I'm always impressed with opera singers.
Yeah, that was just so amazing. Once again, presented with, this is very important, English super titles. So when you're watching the opera, you will see what is being said. And also, there'll be original choreography by Amalia Noguera. For tickets, MarinyOperaHouse.org. You know, it's so funny because we're coming off of many Nutcracker suites, and I think some people just think that Tchaikovsky, that's all he did, right? Or how about Swan Lake, you know, things like that. But anyway, so to discover, or rediscover, of course, that he also did the amazing The Maid of Orleans. It's very exciting.